Hello, my beautiful people. I hope you are well tonight. We're going to be talking about the DoorDash driver. We're going to be talking about who ordered it, whose phone was used, when, and the times. And I really want to focus deep into how do we know that that is proof of life? So, welcome to 1111 True Crime. Mama D coming at ya. So we had court today. Kohlberger had court. And in that proceeding, it was one of the longest proceedings. I slept through it. I literally fell asleep because I realized about 10 minutes into it that the judge does not like Kohlberger, in my opinion. And the judge seemed to be almost like an inept Gilligan up there for me. I was like, I can't believe that he's just so, and I don't know, for lack of better words, kosher with the prosecution blatantly, like obviously. And poor her, Ann Taylor, and I have to tell you, if she is working both sides, okay, she's doing a hell of a good actress job. Because I felt bad for her. Did you guys feel bad for her? Sweet and salty, what did the judge forget? AT asked for a cast last hearing? I know, right? That's why I'm saying this inept Gilligan type judge. Like, does he have Alzheimer's? I was like, okay, today I'm going to get on the channel. I'm going to get with my beautiful love family. I'm going to stay calm so that those that are just settling in and want to relax can tune in. So let me just watch this court hearing, and then I'll get on there and I'll just keep my voice nice and chill, just easy peasy, relaxing, and let everybody chill. I get done. 10 minutes of it, I snooze, I wake up, and apparently I heard it all while I was sleeping or something because I was wound up like a Tasmanian devil. I was like, are you kidding me? And then I'm listening to Jay Buno, and I'm like, hey, JB, right? When do we get this trial? When did it get set? I slept for an hour and a half. Y'all been talking about change of venue and all this stuff while I'm dozing. So at this point, I know you've locked into a trial date because I've listened to nonsense forever. And Jay Buno is like, so let's look at the poll. Will it be? And I'm like, wait a minute, deja vu. Isn't this how this whole process started? So what was accomplished today, you guys? Anything? Anything. Doc Terry says she was working hard, AT. Same old story. There is a wrongful conviction blueprint. And I know people do not want to hear it. But I know that blueprint. And if I have to design it on paper, maybe I need to write a book about wrongful conviction because I do know about it. And I hate to tell you guys, but Brian Kohlberger is headed down that road. And most wrongful convictions don't get exonerated down the road. That happens once in a blue moon. And when it happens, they've usually served half their life away, innocently behind bars, sounding just like the guilty folks out there that are all locked behind bars. I never did it. I wasn't there. But I will tell you, it's getting to the point that the biased tunnel vision of those that do these investigations, I would guess, would be a combination, a mixture, a blend of lack of proper training and nepotism and laziness. In other words, the investigations aren't getting done right. It's almost as if it's a free card. Like, okay, we just had a quadruple homicide. What are the goals here, boys? Make sure it doesn't fall on our own property. Right, keep it off our turf. All right, so we're looking for someone outside, right? What's next? Somebody that doesn't have anybody back them up. Okay. All right, so lack of family support in the area, so they really got to be from nowhere land. So they could be, oh, I don't know, maybe they're an immigrant, right? That's illegal. We just heard about that. It's just getting bizarre to me. Tina McMichael says, not really anything new. Ann Taylor took them on. Hi, Jeannie BC New. You say it was a joke. Ann Taylor needs this and that and doesn't have it, but you were ready to go to trial against a man's life. Well, good point. Sweet and Sally says no one wants to talk to Ann Taylor. Why not? Right? So in this DoorDash, you guys, I wanted to talk a little bit also about this timeline that we're led to believe. Nani McPoppins, wonderful to see you again. You say, I know some don't understand it, but Brian Case stands silent is the best thing he has done. Sadly, it looks like he's got a long, silent road ahead. I actually agree with that. I truly do. Sassy says they are allowed to be corrupt, so they will continue to do so until they receive proper punishment for those actions. Let's talk about this so we know. I mean, I don't want to go through the timeline, break it down, every detail. At this point, I am hoping that you're to the point that when I say that we have DoorDash at around 4-ish, because nobody really knows. My question is, we never hear about her ordering the DoorDash. They never bring it up. Did anybody else catch that? Like, it never says that her phone was active at this time ordering DoorDash? No, it actually says that she received DoorDash, right? And it really refers to TikTok being active on her phone just after 4 a.m. So that's something I find very bizarre. Like, why avoid the whole thing? And they tracked down, allegedly, this DoorDash driver and cleared them, right away before there was any DNA back from anything. So it makes you wonder. Now, there's all kinds of rumors. We do have that it was a female driver. I've heard people say that they believe it was Emma Bailey. We've all kind of had that moment of pausing and being like, was Brian Kohlberger the DoorDash driver? Because they left from Pullman at exactly the same time, almost exactly, and drove 9 miles on the very time that there's a quadruple murder, and they delivered DoorDash, and then these 4 are killed. That's literally the story. Like, you're not bullshitting me kind of thing. Hi, Summer Snow. Greetings to you. So, she says, in her opinions, DoorDash was a ruse. So, let's talk about it. Allegedly, it was actually Taco Bell. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Just because someone's phone is active, is it proof of life? She was on TikTok. She ordered DoorDash. Does that mean that she is alive? Give me a 1 if you're like, well, yeah, that's proof she's alive. And then give me why. Why is that proof she's alive? We need to really dig into this. Hey, Tracy Gear, it's been a hot minute. Good to see you. You say, it's good he stayed silent. Anything you say will and can be held against you. I said that wrong, but yeah. Here's the thing, you guys. Do you see the app on the screen? So, what ways unlock your phone? Let's talk about it. Let me get my little paper. I opened my drawer. We'll get a pencil. The first way that you can open your phone is a fingerprint, okay? Well, if you just killed someone and their bodies are laying there, trigger warning, but you can use their hand to unlock their phone. All right, so we have says a face print. So yes, face recognition. Guess what you have if you just murdered someone and they're laying on the floor? You have their face. Right? So thumb and face. Now, also there is, as Nomi McPoppins is saying, thumbprint, face, and a number code. All right, so number code. Now, I'm not saying that anybody had the number code. However, there's also the digital design where you have to connect the dots that go around a certain way. Okay? So we're going to call it connect dots. Connect dots. I'm making notes for us so we can come back to it. Okay, so on the whiteboard over here. On the connect dots, so, it's a whole bunch of dots on the screen and you use your finger and you connect the dots into a pattern. And then you have to be able to repeat that pattern to open up the phone again, right? So the connecting dots thing, I know I've literally watched my friends do theirs so much, I can open it. I can open their phones. Or also, if you know somebody and you trust them, a lot of the times, even if it is the code, they'll be like, your phone is ringing, and then the person's like, well, I've got soap on my hands. Can you answer it? And they're like, I don't know how. And they're like, 0000102 or whatever, and the person types it in. So I'm just saying, is it possible for someone to get onto those phones? Hi, Ballin Lovely. You say also, Ellie took a photo of Kay's ID, maybe to use the face recognition. Boom. I'm just going to give you soft booms because I got hit for it because I was being too loud. So I don't want to get hit no more. So yeah, boom. That's a big one. Now somebody will be like, I can't hear you. So Lex Mass says, nah, it can't be from an ID photo. And maybe that doesn't work. I wouldn't know. I've never tried it. All says 100% this is where I hoped you were going. I hope so. What now? All also says, sorry, I'm late because I was stuck finding the exact time. Judge just almost said Kopaka. Ooh. Before correcting himself by a Truth and Transparent happened at 1:13:12. Make a note, you guys. 1:13:12. You guys, I'm so backed up on videos. I've got 4 videos scheduled after this. Now, one of the videos, let's take a minute back off the Idaho 4 case. I want you to jump over here to Elijah View. And we are going to do a little, just a very short, you're going to see it probably tomorrow morning, where I just get his information out there. It's not about the crime itself. It is just getting his face out there. It is something that you can share. I'm going to try to keep the whole thing down to, like, I would say maybe 10 minutes and just show his face, show what's going on in the case, that they, and the parents are being arrested, all that. So pay attention to that. And the one request I have for you is, because his face is on the screen the entire time, I want it shared. This is a baby boy, 3 years old, from Wisconsin. I'm from Wisconsin. I've been following it. I've just been watching it from the side view. Oh, Lord. I did not mean to say that pun. I've been watching it from the side. But I feel like we know that the chances of his survival are slim. But let's try to get on this. So, Blue Pocahontas says, we appreciate the time and effort you put into the case. This case, it keeps us all informed. Well, you guys put same amount of effort, really, honestly. And you guys are just as much a part of this channel as I am. It takes both of us. And I'm thankful for you every day. Oceans 1111 says it's not unusual for Ellie to take a photo of an ID rather than writing down info. That's usually is what? What's unusual is a big deal Ellie was making about a noise complaint. Interesting. Well, and it wasn't a noise complaint. That's what's concerning to us. Nobody had complained on that home that day when he took the photo of the ID. So they had responded to a noise complaint of the frat boys just up the road. And in walking distance, the law enforcement chose LE to walk over to 1122 and inform them of a false claim, which cops can lie to you. They have every right under the law to lie flat out to your face, and they can have you in an interrogation room and tell you that they have your DNA on the body, and it be a complete lie. And that's why always get your lawyer immediately, regardless of what is going on. Just say, I will not answer anything. I request my lawyer now. I demand my lawyer now. Jamie says, I heard Xana and Ethan ate pizza way before the DoorDash. Not sure if anyone else heard this, which reminds me of why would she order DoorDash if they ate pizza? So, you guys, I listened to the recording of the father, and I did not hear him say anything about pizza. So I'm wondering if there are 2 recordings out there, 2 interviews, because I never heard the pizza thing. So it made me wonder. Good point, though. Oceans 1111, excellent point. You said even worse. Ellie was all over that house. Whew, deep breath, right? I agree, Lex Mass says tonight's hearing was a shit show. Upside down shit show, because that's a whole nother shit show. When you take an hour and a half to absolutely come to no decision and waste time like that, it blows my mind. Aw, thank you, Liz Tulip Tupling. There it is. Liz Tupling. I have dyslexia and I kept wanting to say tulip, like the flower, because of the yellow too. I want to say thank you so much, Liz. That is so beautiful. Can I heart that? Because it's got... No. Okay. I thought I maybe could heart it. Aw, thank you, lovely. That is a beautiful snooper chat. You guys are so kind and so incredibly generous. Christy Martinez says, Xana's mom said Dad told her they were eating pizza and she doesn't believe the DoorDash time. Oh, thank you for clearing that up. All right, so that would be Kara or Kara. And her name is not Kernoodle. It's like Northington, I believe. Don't quote me. I believe that's her name. Jamie, thank you for sharing that. Jamie says, thinking of Elijah View, prayers for him, and with the blue heart and blue dinosaur, you guys. Blue hearts, blue dinosaurs. Fallon says, I heard Xana's autopsy showed stomach was empty. Where did you hear it from, though? Like, who came up with it? Where'd they get it from? Because I've never heard anything from the families at all, and I know law enforcement isn't going to put that out. So it makes me wonder, where did we get that from? Just curious, you know? Doc Theory, Judge was acting like it was a copy clutch. Oh my God, that kills me. I'm dead. The judge is corrupt AF. Stalling like crazy, says Lex Mess. I agree with all of you guys. I have the most intelligent, brilliant, amazing 1111 family. Robin Davis Ducksworth says, I just can't believe that any court would act like this and do it publicly now as well. I'm going to go rewatch it again And I'm wondering if I should just record my reaction. Because I only saw the first maybe 10 minutes, if that, and I fell completely asleep. And then I woke up and I'm like, we still don't have a date? Are you kidding me? Am I losing my mind? It's shameful. It's shameful. Nani McPoppins says, Northington is right. Karen Northington, thank you, lovely. Ooh, Sweet and Salty says, killers waited on DD to bring it in my opinion. You guys, did someone, I'm going to throw this out there. This is going to creep me out telling you this, but I'm still going to share it, and then I'm just going to leave my nightlight on tonight when I sleep. All right? So, did the killers know that when DoorDash is ordered late at night, that the roommates just would leave the door open on the bottom level, and that's how the killer planned to get in? I'm just asking. Because the door was open in the morning by 8:30. Wide open. Robin Davis Duckworth says, Judge is acting like Brian was having an affair with his wife. You felt that entire thing was embarrassing and boring, Doc Terry? Good Lord. Is it literally not worth my time to watch it? Summer 2025 supposedly is a trial, but there's no date. Thank you, Lex. BJ Marshall, hello, hello. You say, I love the deeper thoughts from all here. It makes me feel sane. Thank you. Welcome to the sane side of true crime. That's going to be our new slogan. Thank you, BJ. And we're going to get down to the bare bones. That's our slogan. We're getting down to the bare bones, right? Robin Davis Ducksworth says, and finally got a bit perky with a little bit of sass back at the judge. Wish she would stop giving prosecution a pass and ask for contempt of court on them. Well, I'll have to watch it, you guys. Infertile with the Turtle says, Steve G said Kaylee was serious about locking the doors and Xana had just gotten the locks changed, correct? Exactly. All right. Boom. You get a gold star because that is absolutely beautiful. That is beautiful. That is exactly true. 2 incidences where we know that 2 of the victims were thinking about door locks, right? And Steve G also said they locked their door. So for some reason, they know the doors were locked. Because he's like, they did everything right. They locked their door. Or doors. So, makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. If that bar stool that was blocking the slider actually was there before the crime, that lock on that, because I'm going to tell you now, if you lock yourself out and you can't get the key code to work because it's frozen, you might break in your own home, which we do see the screen up of the window on the back side of the house, and the screen is just laying there. Nobody seems to notice that. And I'm always like, the screen's out the window. How do we know that's not how they came in? But let's say you lock yourself in the house. Would you break that little, I mean, it's so easy to do. And you can get in the slider. It's the easiest thing to have. And sliders actually can increase your insurance, because if you're trying to get homeowners insurance, they're worried you're going to get robbed because sliders are so notorious and they just break. So that could have been broke before that, and they literally had that bar stool pinned in there. We don't know. But I also wanted to bring up something really bizarre with you guys. Really, really, really bizarre. So, Ian Harsh slipped the hell up. I was reviewing Ian Harsh's old footage for no apparent reason other than I was listening to it last night. And forgive me, I came upon where he was talking about when he learned of the crime. He stated the police were knocking on his door, questioning him, and they were questioning everybody in the building, going door to door. And then after they left, he turned around. So it sounded like at that moment, because he said he turned around, and there on the TV, he heard about the 4 students that had been stabbed. And I'm like, oops, that wouldn't have been on the TV. That would not have been on the TV. Because the first broadcast where they told us in the presser the truth and we learned what happened was on November 16th. Boom! I get a gold star. So, liar, liar, pants on fire. Sassy says Ian Harsh has always been sus, in my opinion. Right. Kathy Stacy says screen up and cider block under the window. Right? That way you can reach your other foot to the ground on the other side. You can straddle it without having to touch and balance yourself. Doc Terry says too soon. Exactly. Exactly. Too soon. You told on yourself. You told on yourself in the fact that you tell lies. Does that make him a killer? No. But it shows that he's full of shit. Everybody's like, good point. You get a gold star. Yes, you do. Thank you. I mean, y'all can get him. I can get him, right? Oceans 1111 says, oh, and they confirmed by body cam, I believe, that the screen had always been that way, I think. Sometimes I'm wrong, though. I don't know. You could be right. But if it's been off, then it's just easy access, even more so. Because then the killer doesn't even have to touch the screen. How bizarre. How bizarre. Ian knows more than he is saying, in my opinion, says Kathy Stacy. You very well could be right, my lovely. Sassy says, always put a wooden plank or a bar behind the slider door so it cannot be opened from the outside. Correct. Correct, exactly. Savvy BK says, sounds like he's been watching too many scary movies and taking notes. So let's assume that in this scenario, Xana, her phone has been used to place DoorDash. Okay? Then that throws a suspicion to me as to why would she be ordering DoorDash after allegedly eating pizza? You can tell she's not a heavy-set girl, right? And in doing that, I'm like, well, would it have been for, like, she didn't eat the pizza, but they had pizza? No, I feel like she'd eat the pizza. What do you guys feel? Ooh, and Bertle with a Turtle says, I remember I remember hearing that somebody deciphered Ethan yelling, who sent you, from that audio cam next door, and then there's a loud thud. Always made me think they didn't actually order it. Boom! Explosion. You get a gold star. That is creepy as hell. You guys. So that would make so much sense. Who sent you? So let's say you're familiar with the home and you know that every time the DoorDash is ordered at the home, they would open their front door. It would have to be somebody within the home ordering DoorDash to get that front door open, because the killer ordering DoorDash, nobody in the house would know DoorDash is coming to open the front door. Are you feeling me? So, somebody in the home would have had to open the front door. They would have to know about it. Somebody in the home would have to know to open the front door. But it would have to be... I'm so twisted here, and here's why. It's causing, like, a breakdown. If it isn't one of the victims, then why wouldn't someone that's in the house just go open the front door and be like, I ordered DoorDash, but not leave any digital trace. And if a killer ordered DoorDash on the outside of the home, that wouldn't affect the inside of the home. So it's almost as if DoorDash did get ordered from inside the home. BF. Ooh. If BF ordered DoorDash, she could have ordered for her and Xana, right? I mean, sometimes you order, but it's in your name, but it's for the other person too. Or maybe Xana said, order me some DoorDash. I don't know. But let's say BF did that. And she opened the front door. And then that's the way the killer came in, allegedly, in this scenario, right? All right. Would BF have exculpatory evidence knowing this in some way? Could she have seen, because she would have been up at that point ordering the food, waiting on the food, could she have seen something from her bedroom window? And Bertle with a Turtle says, I don't believe anyone in the house ordered the DoorDash. DoorDash is pushing a timeline, Kathy Stacy. Doc Terry says a gag order is such a block of knowledge and causes so much for all of us to wonder. True crimers are going to solve this case, I believe. Tina Cassie says, I think it's D. Never trusted her at all. Okay, let's walk that. So, did D order DoorDash and put it in Xana's name? Right? Because I can use my phone to order that DoorDash and send it to my son in the same house. Now the cops would know that because DoorDash would have a record of the phone number. Well, unless you gave the other number. Would DoorDash know at all? They're not tracking your number, and you always have to give them your number. They may not know at all. So a killer could technically be hiding in the attic of unsuspected homeowners and literally dial up, or not even dial up, but just go on the app and secretly order DoorDash, right? For somebody in the house and have DoorDash delivered to the house. And nobody would know that the killer was in the attic doing that. Okay, Dana Lynn, hello, hello. You say, I do think someone else ordered the DoorDash. I think you guys are right. I'm seeing how it could work. Katz says, I think DD had to be paid with a debit or credit card. So, whose was used? Yeah, who paid for it? Well, wait a minute, you guys. It doesn't. Nope, it does not. DoorDash is not debit and credit only. Because I was down south in Wisconsin in big cities and in smaller towns and on the road, even in Delphi, Indiana, and I said, even on the app, pay with cash on arrival. And then I gave them a big tip. Cash on arrival. Oh my God, could you imagine if they had withheld the information that oh my God, I'm here to help you, is because they were already murdered when the DoorDash driver got there? So the doors left open for the DDD, or the DDD, for the DoorDash driver. Yeah, DoorDash driver. Yeah, DDD. All right, so the doors left open for DDD. DDD arrives with said food, enters home. Hello. Now keep in mind at this moment, nobody's alive but the two roommates. They're in their room because we ain't going to talk about that right now. They just ignore him. And he goes in there and he's like, and maybe it was Bethany, he said, someone's in here. All right. So then, what if the DD was like, oh my God, okay, I'm here to help you. Creepy. And then he left. He was like, ah. And then they interviewed him. It's like, yeah, I got there and everybody was dead. It was like a movie. I didn't think it was real. I've been traumatized. Who knows? What was war says we can order DDD for MPD, show how much we love them. I ain't spending a dime in that direction. Jeanette, hello, lovely. You say, I heard Santa and Ethan got home and Santa called her dad and told him they were eating pizza and watching a movie. I thought that's what we've all heard through Kara Northington, the mother. Kara Northington, the mother. And through Kara Northington, the mother, is explaining to us that that's what she heard from Xana's dad. We've got that much figured out. Then the question is, who is the one ordering DoorDash? We've thought of many different ways that it could be ordered without it being the person, without it being Xana. Now the question I want you to think about is, was that Kaylee and Maddie actually phoning Jack? Because we have no voice, we have only a phone ringing, and then text messages. And don't forget, they were, if you don't pick up, I'll leave with the dog tonight. They were, for God's sakes, we share a dog together. And is the dog missing? Because we do hear somebody whistling and Murphy, right? The Archer in the Empress Tarot says, this is so scary. Why are the autopsy's results just coming back now? The x-ray of TH wounds are of the wounds are of contention. Different weapons? Yeah, I've got to listen to that court today after I do this. Infertile with the Turtle says, I feel the thud after he said, who sent you? Could have also been a response to a greeting police officer or I'm here to help you. That's kind of creepy. Savvy BK says, what if BK or someone in the house ordered the DD and the killer meets him at the door, takes the food, and walks right in? Oh, Lord. You know, if you're a DD driver, what if the killer is right there waiting for the food? Because nobody's going to come to the door. They've left the door open, right? Like she said, the DD hands the food off to the killer. The killer walks in, throws it on the counter, goes upstairs, comes downstairs, and out the door. Whew. Dana Lynn asks, does anyone remember what time the Corner Club closed that night? Infertile with a Turtle says, that's what I've been thinking. The DoorDash was the opening. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap this up here. We're nearing our hour mark. And with that, I'm going to change the whole view for a minute. Wipe the slate clean. I have a question for you. What if, just what if, they just simply used the DoorDash driver to make it so that someone discovered the bodies, right? Not wanting to be the ones. So what if the killer did it and left the door wide open just so that the DoorDash driver would be the one to find the dead people? I'm just asking. Because, I mean, there was a lot of stalling, as Unfiltered Lucky said. A lot of stalling, trying to get people to come over and find the bodies so that it wasn't the roommates. So, was DoorDash a failed attempt? And that's all I got. That's all I got for now. All right. I love you guys. I got a boom for that, says Doc Terry. I love you guys to the moon and back. I truly do. I thank you so much for tuning in, staying with me. I will edit this tonight and have it up for you in the morning. Also, please watch for the Elijah View video. It's not live. It is a video. I'm just throwing it out there to get his awareness pumped up and try to get as many people as we can aware of the case and to get familiar with his little face. He has the most beautiful little face. I'm going to tell you now, it is a heart breaking story. It is so Harmony Montgomery type story. It just is a cross between Quentin Simon and Harmony Montgomery. I love you all so very incredibly much. And with that, I will see you again soon. Love ya to the moon and back.